doing?
Phil Zero in the house. Great reaction.
You guys know. Thank you.
Yeah, we love his reactions.
Wait, my hips are red?
Still 20 minutes. Ready for wife reveal?
Yes. Hi guys.
Time doesn't exist in the airport. You can have a drink at like 10 a.m. and no one cares. You got to New York. So hungry, so tired. Are you hungry?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what's open because it's 3 hours ahead here.
Almost 11.
I mean, it's also Friday night. I figure there should be a lot of stuff open.
Hopefully.
Maybe?
I'm so hungry.
Yeah. Okay, let's get our baggage. First order of business. First bite of New York pizza in 6 years. What's embarrassing you?
You're a stupid bolsita.
It's a satchel.
It's a fucking bolsita.
Indiana Jones wears one.
Are you Indiana?
I could be.
No.
We just walked through Times Square. It was so hot, so sweaty. Look at the wallpaper in here. It looks like a haunted house. So we just got to our hotel. We're staying at the Empire, and I didn't even know that it was the I just booked this hotel because it was where I stayed the last time I was here. But when I told you that we're staying at the Empire, she got so excited because it was the
Chuck Bass Hotel.
It was the Gossip Girl hotel, and I didn't even know.
From Chuck Bass.
From who? Chuck Bass?
The delicious Chuck Bass.
Oh, Lance Bass is cooler.
Who?
From NSYNC. Show them what you had to do.
Wait. It's like this.
What is that thing? What's the pink thing?
It's for my lashes.
Oh.
To brush the lashes. It works.
Well, it's our security now.
I smoke cigarettes with you in the alleyway again, and I don't know what to say. Hey, look at me so expectantly, and I don't want to disappoint, but I might anyway.
So apparently someone from Gossip Girl got married here, and it's a big deal.
So that Chuck and Blair, they got married before the cops came. So
I swear to God, I'm so tired of pretending it's not there. When it is, it is, it is. And we both know it, we're just too afraid to blow it. So we resist, resist. I taste raspberries.
See, my wife doesn't want me to wear my satchel like this.
Of course not. I don't want your
She
freaking
said-
satchel.
She said this is better. I feel like this one's worse.
No, unless you are like 80 years old, it's fine. You can wear your satchel like that.
This is good, right?
Filberto, por favor.
Here we are again, oh what a surprise. She like it so much you came back another time. I see we never learn, I see we are more wise. But this is our youth, so I suppose we're in our prime. I wanna close that gap, I wanna cross that bridge. Why won't you let me? I know I'm not supposed to, but each time I kiss you, I taste raspberries. Bay Trojan.
Quick access.
If you wanna get a piece of this, you better come in. It's like a non-stop race, you gotta hit it running. We don't obey that time, we better grab that line. It's like a fast track lane to everything you wanted. We've got the cash, flashy reasons why your life is haunted. If you get stuck up, you better buckle up.
I look super tourist, right?
Well, with this shirt.
With the I Love New York shirts. I'm just walking around with a camera. Oh wait, got our baseball jerseys.
I've seen round here, we can't afford the fear. The pedals floored, red lighting to another light year. It all comes down to glory and the future stories. If you understand, try to keep up if you can. Try to keep up if you
So we're here in Corona Plaza for Independence Day
Yes, and to eat.
and to eat. Holy. I dip this, right?
Yeah. No, deep it.
Huh?
Deep it.
More?
Yeah, like this. Good? Oh, wait, I'm going to have a map. We don't have a map.
You want to get a map?
To be honest.
Okay, we're getting a map. Three floors, right? No, four, and the parking lot. And a food court. You want to buy one of these for your tortillas?
That's so.
Welcome to Summit. Please start the journey to your right.
It feels like we're in like Avatar.
I was going to say like a space.
Space?
Yes. 7 o'clock, my break.
Yeah. Gotta get a good breakfast before the concert. Waiting in line to get in. It's really hot out. Oh, it's signed too. Say hi to YouTube.
Hi. I've been watching you all the time.
Oh, really?
Every time I see like a new reaction, like newest videos come out, I just go
Okay.
to check you, and there's another guy I really like that watch.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
The line was moving, but as soon as I pulled out my camera, it stopped. Yeah, how you doing? My channel sent me a bunch of stuff, a bunch of these jerseys, and sent a bunch of extras for you. Yeah.
Thank you for your reaction.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Hi, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube. Phil Zero, the house quick reactor.
You guys know. Thank you.
Yeah, we love his reactions.
Oh, thanks so much.
Ready for your first show?
Yeah, I'm super excited. It was funny because I got tickets first to see them in Vancouver.
Okay.
And like your fans, the Warning fans, just blew up my channel. I was like, meet
Well, I think
them.
it's not only our fans, it's the fact that you also are a very good reactor. So
Oh,
we
thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Thanks
I
so
can't
much.
wait for your reaction on the live show. So.
Oh yeah, we've been filming the whole trip. Awesome.
Awesome to meet you, man. Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. Nice to meet you. Just met Todd. He has a Warning tattoo. I guess I need to step it up, but I'm running out of space.
I'm happy. Thank you very much. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much.
I'm getting old.
Yep, I can see that.
We weren't even there for that long. That was like, we were there at what, like 5? It's like 5 hours of standing. Just getting some pizza. And I almost died because there's a trap hole here. And then my leg just, my chair leg went straight into that hole.
You almost died. Jesus, look at this.
What? It's like a Mario Party game. You have to eat without dying.
Like the one with the corners.
So it's been quite the week for us because of the time difference. So we were like waking up and going to bed at weird times. The show was so good.
One thing that I love about the show, well, the concert, that they're like freaking proud of me, Mexicans. Like all the time they were saying stuff in Spanish and like, Viva Mexico, Monterrey.
Yeah.
Well, they're from there. But I mean, like they were like saying
they did.
and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Which for me, as a Mexican, that's what I like.
Yeah. They did 3 songs in Spanish.
That's super Mexican. Whoa.
Yeah, this is super Mexican. No, they did Que Mas Quieres, Narcisista, and how do you say that word? Martirio.
Martirio.
That's what I said. But yeah, we're just grabbing a bite. I'll probably need a bit of time to gather my thoughts. We're super drained after the show, but it was so much fun. I'll think about some recap things. I met a bunch of you. That you guys were all so nice. It was so much fun. And
yeah, really thank you guys for to say thanks. To say
to say hi.
To say hi, thank you. I'm tired. My brain doesn't work in English anymore.
Our brains are completely drained. So I'll think about this and I'll do a proper recap of the show. This is my job.
Thanks, baby. My hat.
So we're at the airport.
Holy.
Trying Shake Shack. So there's like from what I understand, there's like a long battle between the East Coast and West Coast because West Coast is in and out. Which one do you like more?
Me?
Yeah. Have you tried? We've had Shake Shack in
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only had Shake Shack like once or twice, so I don't remember. But we have In-N-Out all the time because we live on the West Coast, but we travel down to like Seattle and California and stuff. Do they have it in Seattle?
No, just California,
just
Vegas.
California, right? Yeah.
And I think so.
We have it all the time in Vegas and California. So let's give it a try. Let's see which one I like more. Hope I don't offend anyone.
I think you like more In-N-Out.
I've just had it more, right? Because I've only had Shake Shack like once or twice ever. It's so different. You want to try?
No, thank you.
I think Shake Shack's flavor is more intense. Like there's like more flavor to it. But something about In-N-Out's ingredients I like more. So I don't know if I can choose. Well, right now I like Shake Shack more. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I was kind of struggling with deciding how to format this video, and this is what I landed on. Hopefully it was alright. So let's talk about why most of you are here watching this, my experience at my first Warning concert. So first, I just want to thank everyone I met at the concert. Everyone made Mrs. Zero and I feel so welcome, and I've never experienced this kind of recognition before. When we were walking to the back of the line to get into the venue, everyone was shaking our hands, giving us fist bumps, and taking pictures, and it was just so much fun meeting everyone. We were talking a bit about it on the way to the venue, like we thought maybe a couple people might recognize me, but we didn't expect like 100 of you to. So that was really crazy, really humbling, and just really flattering. A funny moment was when I was in the washroom and, I'm doing my thing, and the guy next to me was like, "Love your videos, man." And a special thanks to Brian and Todd for sharing your tables with Mrs. Zero and me. It was very kind of you guys to give us a spot to hang out, and it was very much needed. For me, anyway, to decompress a bit. Should I talk about? Yeah, f it, why not? How come my camera doesn't want to focus on me? Hello? There we go. So I do have some issues with social anxiety, and it wasn't anything anyone did. I just wasn't ready. Like, I wasn't expecting all that recognition, so my nerves were kind of out of whack. And I don't know if any of you get this, but when you're in like a social setting with a lot of people and after a while you just need to take 5 minutes to recharge? So I was feeling a bit of that, and the venue doesn't allow re-entry and there weren't any free tables available, but Brian and Todd graciously shared their tables with Mrs. Zero and me. And then shortly after, it was time to meet the band. So at this point, my nerves are kind of going haywire. First from being recognized and meeting everyone, and then now I'm about to go meet the Warning, and I feel like I kind of fumbled that a bit. So we walk into the room where the band was, and their team was nice enough to let Mrs. Zero film a couple short video clips, but we didn't want to film too much. Like, we wanted to be respectful and not just barge in there with a camera, shoving it in their faces. So I walk in, and Rudy goes, "Phil Zero," and Danny and Pao kind of light up a bit, and Danny goes, "Yeah."
Hello. Phil Zero.
"Yeah, how you doing?" And Allie was in her sunglasses, but she gave a smile, I think. So at this point in my head, I'm like, what's happening? But I'm trying to calm myself down, so I'm like, it's cool, just be cool. And then my brain just shut off. Like, that was it. My brain was like, never done this before. Well, see ya, you're on your own. So I go over to meet the girls, and I had brought a bunch of these Zero jerseys to give to them. So the person who made me this jersey as a gift, I told this story at the end of the Survive reaction. If anyone didn't see it, basically one of you guys made me this custom baseball jersey. So the person who sent me that, they were nice enough to send a bunch of women's sizes for Mrs. Zero, and they also sent me a bunch to give to the band when I meet them. So I was emailing back and forth with this person, and I keep saying this person because they want to remain anonymous. So we were emailing back and forth because I was planning to buy a bunch more from this person to do like a giveaway or something on the channel. And in one of her emails, she goes, "Hey, so Pao often wears this Zero shirt in their live streams and in their after movies. Is that your merch?" And I'm like, no, I don't even have any merch. And we just thought it was too much of a crazy coincidence to pass up the opportunity, so she sent me a bunch of jerseys to give to the band. At first I was a bit apprehensive, because I was thinking like, does this kind of seem self-serving? Like giving them something with my association on it? But she was like, well, Pao wears that Zero shirt on stream and stuff, and it's not like the jersey says subscribe to Phil Zero on it, so it's not that out of context from what she already has. So I was like, okay, I can see that. So anyway, where was I? Right, so I walk into the room and Rudy recognized me, which is already so crazy, and then Danny and Pao seem to? Maybe? So my nerves were all out of whack, and I did the thing where I ramble and brain dump, like I do sometimes in my videos. I did a brain dump IRL, right in front of the Warning. I was telling them about how this whole jersey thing came about and how my channel blew up from breaking down their videos, and yeah.
But yeah, they were very sweet, even though I caught myself rambling, and they seemed to like the gifts, and it was cool. I only wish I held it together a bit better, but what can you do? So after that, we're back in the lounge, and then Mr. Rudy came and found me to have a chat and do a little video. And that was so cool of him to do. Like, he obviously didn't have to do that. And he said that they love my videos. And I do this thing where I'm not good at taking compliments or taking credit. Like, I never know what to say, and for some reason I always try to, like, deflect or spread the credit. So I was saying to him how my channel blew up largely from you guys, from the Warning fans, the Warning Army. And he goes, yeah, but it's not only that, you're just a really good reactor.
Well, I think it's not only our fans, it's the fact that you also are a very good reactor. So we appreciate that.
Thanks so much. So that was extremely flattering, and it made me think about this whole reactor thing. Like, it always seemed a bit funny to me, being a reactor. Isn't that like a human trait we all have? Like, we react to things. And he also said that they can't wait for my New York vlog. So to Rudy, Danny, Ale, and Pau, and the rest of the Warning team, if you're watching this, thank you all so much for that cool experience, and we'll see you soon in Vancouver. And to everyone in the comments, play nice. The Warning could be watching. Come on. I've got a new mic stand on order too, so I won't have to fight with this anymore. Hopefully. Alright, so now let's get to the show. So I didn't take too many videos of the concert because I wanted to actually enjoy the concert. So Mrs. Zero was actually filming a bunch of the snippets you saw. So the opening band was Holy Wars, and they were freaking awesome, and I had never heard of them before. They were a bit more hardcore, they were a bit more thrashy, and the singer Kat had like this sass and attitude when she was performing that was... It was just so infectious and fun to watch. And it was a bit of a contrast, but not so much that it felt out of place. It still fit together really well, and they had a cool style, and it was a fun set. And I think they're actually a great band to be touring with a Warning. I actually really enjoy supporting bands, because when you go to a concert, of course, most people, if not everyone, they're there for the headliners, right? Obviously. But I don't know, I like that experience of hearing new music live. It's like, it's a different type of enjoyment. Because with a headliner, you know all the songs, you're ready to sing along, and you're always thinking like, oh, what song are they gonna play next? And you even know all the nuances, like, oh, when they play the song live, the drummer switches something here, like, what are they gonna do this time? And it's just a different type of anticipation and enjoyment. But with seeing new music live that you're not really familiar with, it's kind of like you're just jumping into the water, and whatever happens, happens. You have little to no preparation of what's to come, and I think that mystery of the unknown has a very... how do I put this? Disarming intrigue about it. Is that a word? Like, it forces you to experience something new and to open up your mind, and I think that quality is underrated. Like, you're at a concert and the vibes are good, so the best thing to do is try to enjoy it, even if you don't know the music. So I think that quality in itself is worth something. So that is actually the perfect segue into the Warning set, because they opened their set with Sick, which I haven't heard prior. And I'm actually glad that things unfolded this way, because I got to enjoy the show in both the different manners that I was just talking about. So I got to experience for the first time songs I knew and songs I didn't know. So the Warning gets on stage, the crowd goes wild, and they get right into Sick. And I think that song is actually a great way to open a set. I think that energy is a good way to start. So I'm not going to go through every song of the set, but I'll try and share what the overall vibe was for me. So after Sick, they went right into Z. And for me, that was like this huge rush of like, holy shit, is this really happening? Because they jumped from a song that I didn't know straight to the first song that I ever heard from them. And that was a crazy feeling.
Was that the drummer? Hold on.
And their energy on stage was just a whole different level. Like, you guys were 100% right. Seeing them live is completely different from watching like a live video. And it's so cool how there's like 3 completely different dimensions of ways to experience their music. Like the studio version, the live video version, and seeing them live in real life all feel completely different. It's kind of hard to describe, but even a lot of my favorite bands, I feel that seeing them live in person and watching like a live video kind of gives you a bit of a similar feeling. But with The Warning, it felt completely different. Like, if you haven't seen them live yet, you really need to if you can. It's a whole new experience, and the live videos don't even do it justice. And we know how good those already are. The only other band that I can think of off the top of my head that I've kind of felt this new dimension of seeing them live versus on a screen. The only one I can think of for sure right now is Iron Maiden. Maybe Avenged Sevenfold as well. But yeah, there aren't many that I've felt about at least, and this is coming from a guy with a Blink-182 tattoo. The way The Warning just fully sent it live, like, they did not hold back at all. And I was talking to a few people in the crowd who also saw them the night before, and they said, yeah, they were going just as hard with just as much energy. They were nailing every note, every song, they were working the crowd, and that's just so awesome to hear and see. Because if you look at their tour schedule, they have like no days off. So they're just going this hard night after night after night. And it just makes me happy that this performance factor of rock music is still alive. Because when you think about seeing concerts of like the biggest A-lister bands that sell out arenas and stadiums and stuff, you can kind of tell sometimes during their tours that they're holding back a bit. Maybe they're tired, or because they're playing the same set every night, or they're not really working the crowd as much, or they're trying to preserve their energy and take it easy one night, or they might do things like change the key of a song to make it easier to sing or play, which I wouldn't blame them for. Like, touring is hard. But the Warning girls, they just went, nah, all that. We're gonna send it just as hard night after night. We're gonna play the songs how they're meant to be played. We're not changing anything. We're gonna give it our all every night. And that is just so friggin' badass. Like, you can really tell that's how they operate. They're rocking out hard, they're dancing around, and I can normally hear like some tricks that the singers do when they perform live. And I actually talked about this in the choke reaction. So as a vocal nerd, these are the things that I always listen for, and not to say that it's good or bad, it's just I want to know the tricks that they're doing. But they didn't do any of that. Like the belting and the stage presence and the screams, like they were going 100%. They were giving it their all in every song, and then, of course, this happened. And it was just so incredible to see live. Like, I just hope they don't burn out. Because look at their tour schedule. Like, they barely take any days off, and they're playing festivals and talk shows and Times Square, like, on top of their tour. So the 2 songs that I was looking forward to hearing the most were Choke and Hell You Call It Dream. Choke because of that second verse. That's still one of my favorite second verses to date. And Hell You Call It Dream, obviously, because I want to hear the big belts. But But if I had to choose the songs that surprised me the most and just hit different live, I mean, their whole set hit different, but like gun to my head and I had to pick 3, it would be Narcisista for sure. And these 2 might come as a bit of a surprise, but Martirio and Z. For me, these songs just hit me way harder than I expected them to. There was just something magical and unquantifiable about hearing them live that just feels completely different. I don't even know how to explain why. It's just like the lights and the atmosphere and everyone in the crowd chanting along. And you just get like this full and immersive experience. So was the concert as I expected? No. It was way better and way beyond what I expected. Oh, I'm losing my voice. I'm talking too much. So since the concert, I haven't been able to stop thinking about like the industry side of things and how we can push this forward. Because I'm a true rock fan at heart, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I do go to different concerts of all different genres. Like I go to rap concerts, hip-hop, pop, R&B, country, metal, punk, like you name it. And I like and appreciate all different kinds of music. But trying to be objective with every fiber of my being, I am gonna say that being at a rock concert just trumps every other genre. And it's not even close. There, I said it. Come at me. And seeing The Warning live at this concert just reminded me how awesome it is to see such a raw and talented and driven band perform live. This is something I think everyone needs to experience. There's really nothing else like it. The closest genre next to rock that has that type of compelling live concert experience, I would say, is country. Which actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Okay, so I won't go too much into this because I can talk about this forever. Maybe I'll do another video on this one day, if anyone cares. So I've kind of been in and around the industry for like 15-ish years of my life. So, you know, I've peeked behind the curtains and I've seen some things. And so it's no secret that rock has fallen out of the mainstream and it just never really fully recovered. But there is a very interesting statistic. So while pop and rap and hip hop, those genres are the most popular by streaming, and they make the most money through brand deals and sponsors and stuff. But guess which genres to this day actually still make the most money from the actual music? Like actual hard sales of albums and merch and concert tickets. Rock and country. Still winning. So what does that tell you about the fans? So I'll leave you guys with that and let that bounce around in your head for a bit. Otherwise I can talk about this for hours. But I think a big shift back to rock is gonna come. Like when, I don't know, but it has to, right? It's a cycle. And when that happens, who do you think's gonna be at the forefront of that? My money's on The Warning. And I say that with real reason. I'm not just pandering. I've been thinking a lot about this since the concert. Because who else is doing what The Warning's doing with that level of talent? And this is relevant, but at their ages as well. No one, really. Who is there? But let's think about it. By the time rock eventually, and in my opinion, inevitably comes back on top, and I say this with all due respect because this also includes some of my favorite bands, all the bigger, older bands, they're just gonna be too old and tired. It's inevitable, right? It's part of life. And rock needs fresh, driven young bands to carry on the torch. Even Blink and Green Day, again, some of my favorite bands, and some people consider them younger bands. But most of those guys are in their 50s, and they've been playing together since they were teens. And the Warning Girls are barely into their 20s, and they literally grew up playing music together as sisters. So if The Warning keeps us up, and we know they will, just look at their friggin' tour dates and how hard they work, I can't see how they cannot be at the forefront of the new rock wave. Like their trajectory of leading the new rock resurgence, it just seems so obvious and clear, and their success just seems inevitable. Like, I would buy stocks in them if I could. Talking. That was too much talking. My throat is getting so dry. So yeah, this whole trip it seemed like such a surreal experience. Like, I got to see more in New York. I got to meet and chat with the Warning Girls and Rudy. Knowing that they watch my videos is just so crazy to me. And of course, I got to meet a bunch of you guys, and everything just seems so not real. So Danny, Ale, Pau, and Rudy, if you're watching this, thanks again so much for that experience. Thanks to everyone I met at the show for saying hi. And of course, thanks to all of you guys just watching and hanging out here. And that's what makes this possible. And I have one more person I want to thank. Mr. Kevin. You legend. So 5 months ago, I had just started this channel and I only had 3 videos posted. Then Mr. Kevin dropped this comment suggesting that I check out The Warning. So I did, and all this happened. Isn't that crazy how life works? So I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Haha.